Kaz, it's Jen. This is a Jen is Zen episode of Reframing Me. In these short bits, I give you something to think about, meditate on, or journal about. Today, I'd like you to reflect on this. What pieces of advice would 2033 you give others? Would it make your life easier or better or happier or more productive if you took that advice today? When people give advice, they're not really speaking to the person in front of them. They're actually talking to a younger version of themselves. As moms, I think we can all attest to hearing the enjoy it, they grow up so fast advice that we get on repeat, right? But what are those older moms actually telling us? They're really saying, I wish I had enjoyed it more, or I wish I had appreciated those days more, or I wish I would have realized how fast it would all go. Think about it. Had they truly appreciated all of the time, even the sleepless nights and the tantrums and the worry if they were doing things right and the exhaustion, had they realized, like we do now, as the moms of teenagers, had they realized that in the grand scheme of things, that was easy. It was a piece of cake compared to now, right? The worries and the exhaustion, they don't actually go away. But the snuggles and the games and the, Mama, you are my best friend, those kind of do. And now we add on the other worries and the other issues of these years. So those older moms, they had the wisdom of experience and they wish that they had enjoyed those days more. They weren't talking to us. They were telling that to the younger version of themselves. Unless someone specifically asks us, so what is the best thing that you did in your 20s or 30s to prepare you for your 40s or 50s? We would never think to offer that up, right? But how often do we tell our teens or our 20-somethings things like, make sure you use sunscreen, or try new things. Don't get hung up on that boy. It doesn't matter what others think about you. Don't waste this opportunity. Don't waste your talent. Or it will all turn out okay. You see these things in them, things that you wish you had realized when you were that age. Things that, looking back, you think, why did I waste tears on that silly boy? Or why did I treat myself so bad just because I wanted those girls to like me? I was so beautiful. I wish I had realized it and not beaten myself up every day. I wish I hadn't wasted those opportunities. Or I wish I hadn't worried so much because things turned out okay. Or wrinkles and sunspots are so damn hard to get rid of, and sunscreen is so easy to put on. We look back with the wisdom of experience and we realize what we wish we had known then. And realistically, just like our kids, someone probably told us those nuggets of advice. But just like our kids, they probably went in one ear and out the other. But we still say them. And no, they're probably not hearing them either. But it doesn't stop us from saying them because we're actually telling that younger version of us. But it's too late for her to hear it. But it's not too late for you, right? That's what we're really saying. I wish I had been able to see that it doesn't matter what this group of Heathers thinks. They were just insecure themselves and felt like making others feel bad or feel excluded was the only way that they could feel better about themselves. It's not really about you, you tell your daughter, because you know it wasn't really about you and it's not really about her. You tell your son that he needs to focus, he needs to engage. You tell him you're going to let this opportunity slip away. Is he? Or did you? Were you unfocused? Were you focused on the wrong things? Did you let the opportunity slip away? When people give advice, they're not really speaking to the person in front of them. They're actually talking to a younger version of themselves. So the year is 2033. The world hopefully still exists. You're 10 years older, 10 years wiser, 10 years more wonderful. Where are you? What are you doing in life? What are you doing with your life? Are you thriving? Are you struggling? Are you right where you are now, still trying to figure things out? What do you want to tell today's you? What advice would future you give? Would you tell yourself to take the time to figure out what makes you happy to fill up your time? Would you tell yourself to get rid of toxic relationships, to put energy into fostering good ones? Would you tell yourself to take that leap, to take a chance on yourself? Would you tell yourself to start that fitness journey, to make your health a priority? Would you encourage yourself to invest in you, to believe in you, to trust your instincts? Would you say, I was so beautiful. I wish I had realized it and not beaten myself up every day? Or, I wish I hadn't wasted those opportunities. Or, I wish I hadn't worried so much because things turned out okay. Would you say, enjoy it? It all goes so fast. When we give advice, we're not really speaking to the person in front of us. We're actually talking to a younger version of ourselves. You are that younger version of yourself. What would that wiser and more experienced version of you tell you, advise you? What would happen if you followed that advice today? Thank you so much for listening and for spending this time with me. I hope that you will take a few minutes for you to tune into your intuition and to actually listen to you. You're so much wiser than you even realize. Sometimes you just need to trust yourself. If you've enjoyed the show, please share it with your friends to help us build our community. Find me on socials, on Instagram and TikTok at Reframing Me. On YouTube, it's Reframing Me. And on Facebook, it's both Reframing Me and join the Facebook group Reframing Me, the podcast community, to connect with other women who are also raising teens and rediscovering themselves. And the website is now up and running. It's reframing-me.com. You can catch up on the latest episodes, or even better, you can reach out to me. Until next time, be well, communicate, and trust your own advice.